Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution. Ayy, Bitcoin is the one, no substitution. Ayy, with Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystems. What's up, guys? Great show. As always, I'm excited for this one. I'm hype. I'm ready. It's going to be a huge week, guys. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. We run through some of the topics that we're going to go through real quick. We got the Bitmap community parcel mint yesterday. We're going to talk about that. Quantum Cat's going to try again tomorrow. Will they succeed? We'll find out tomorrow, right? We got some Toshi Pad stuff is coming, another launchpad by the council. We're going to talk about a little bit of that. Ordiscan now lets you see your RSIC balances. That is huge. And then, of course, we have the Unisat stuff. We're going to get into that first. But without further ado, let me bring in my partner, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
What's going on, man?
So much is going on. So much.
So much. How's your week so far? I mean, Quantum Cat stuff was a little rough, a little stressful. How's everything?
Yeah. I feel like there was a lot of excitement and energy heading into that mint, and then that got postponed because, I don't know. Maybe they had some try to have some fail safes or in place for like botting and stuff like that. Maybe I don't know. I mean, you can't bot the whitelist, but there was something that was obviously disconnected there. But hey, they're gonna try again tomorrow, and I still think that the collection does well.
Yeah, I mean, so like you said, to your point was it apparently the whitelist happened. I was in the spaces listening, and people were really upset. Not upset, but they were really worried. But Udi came out a few times and he basically said, like, guys, just don't worry, like it's okay if you have the whitelist and stuff like that. And yeah, so I'm hoping to get one on public. So to me, it was just watching from afar, but it was a little nerve wracking because I felt the pain of those guys, man.
Yeah, you could definitely feel it, and there was people. I was in the Discord just to check it out, and there was a bunch of people in Asia that was real frustrated because they're like, "It's 2 a.m. here. Please just make an announcement that you're gonna postpone it for the next day. We want to sleep. You're killing us." But it also kind of told me like how much hype is there, right? Because like there was just so many. Like the Discord was moving so fast. I think the traffic bombarded the server as well, and it was more than one thing that I think that was that was having issues with it. But hey, what can you do? The mint carries on tomorrow, and then public opens up, and it's kind of perfect timing heading into the weekend. We'll see kind of how the cats do on the secondary market this weekend.
For sure. So the mint tomorrow is at 12 o'clock for whitelist. Then I want to say 6 p.m. It might be 5, but it might be 6 as well. So it's between 5 and 6 would be the public. And I'm going to be trying hard for public. I got my wallet ready. Looking forward to that. So we'll see what happens with that. And then all the cats will be delivered to the wallets on Fridays, which opens up for secondary mayhem. And I'm hoping for some dumpers who bought 3 and want to dump 2 because they were trying to search for a rare one. So I'm really hoping for I'm hoping I can get around mint price in secondary if I'm not able to get on public. But
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll just kind of have to see. I do expect some definite volume and action happening on secondary, but we'll see how high these cats can jump, right?
We'll see.
Yep.
All right, we'll get into Unisat had a spaces today. It was the first time I heard Lorenzo's voice. He really, I think he did a really good job today. But there's a couple main points that we kind of took out of it. Was definitely the wallet is almost done. I'm very excited for the wallet because I love BRC 420, and on the go there. So on the go with the I'm not able to do anything with BRC 420 because I only have Xverse and they don't do anything but Unisat. So I'm hoping Unisat while it is up, I'm able to connect BRC 420 while I'm doing my thing, and I'm out and about. So what do you think about the wallet?
Yeah, I was a little bit confused in terms of the design because it shows on that right side that far right image, is that actually the mobile wallet as well?
It's just kind of like, yeah, I think this is like one of the
It's like
pages. So it's like
okay,
4
okay.
different pages. Like it'll
Gotcha.
be 4 different things.
So I like every other like UI aesthetic except for that last one because it reminds me of
Yeah,
the desktop, doesn't
yeah,
it? But hey, it might end up I might end up liking it because like if it's smooth like the desktop is, then that's just the easier way to buy. But I like the green that they integrated into that like third
yeah,
picture and that first picture. Every other image on there looks kind of like updated and like more like fresh. But that
yeah,
last one just reminds me so much of the PC site. But at the end of the day, all that won't matter as long as the UI is smooth and it works well on the phone because that's really the only thing that we look for on a mobile
yeah.
app. So
I definitely agree. I actually like this because it just gives me that like that feel. Like, you know what I mean? Like I know what I'm looking at right away. It's not
yeah,
like something new. And so on the call today, the only thing they really stressed, they said the wallet is ready. It's ready to go. They can drop it tomorrow, but they want to triple, double check, quadruple check, 5-time check the seed phrase part. They want to make sure the seed phrase is going to work properly,
safe.
unhackable, safe, and that's it. If you put your seed phrase in this from your Unisat, you want to make sure that it is good to go. So I want them to take as much time as they absolutely need to get this right because they cannot mess this up. They cannot mess the seed phrase part out. Take another month if you need to. You cannot mess the seed phrase part up. But yeah,
Yeah. I think that's really smart, just making sure that they cross all their T's and dot all their I's because at the end of the day, like if you have a wallet that's compromised, you're gonna lose your audience and market like
right
fast.
away.
And you won't be able to get it back
You'll be
as a
done.
wallet.
Yep.
Yeah. So
All right.
yeah,
All
it's gonna
right.
be exciting times, man. It's gonna be exciting times. There's so much happening right now.
I
Like
know.
all these like wallets coming up and Magic Eden just launched theirs. We had the Orange wallet as well that announced theirs, and now Magic Unisat, which really was the dominating wallet for the longest time
Yeah.
because of the exchange. Now they're trying to come out, and I think like because I don't know if you felt this way, but I've kind of felt like Unisat's been quiet, the past like month and a half, two
Yeah.
months really. And it's kind of like, are they losing their footing in the market? If they come out with like a really strong wallet and that is very like usable, UI is amazing and stuff, they could definitely just recapture what they already had.
Yeah.
Right. So
Well,
it's gonna be
they're definitely losing to OKX. I mean, OKX with their the no fees to buy and trade. I mean, I even find myself over there when I'm buying a BRC 420, BSC 20, using them over Unisat. And Unisat was my first love in the ordinals. It was my first wallet, my first time I ever did anything on Bitcoin. My first inscription was Unisat, so I definitely have the nostalgia and definitely have that with Unisat. And I enjoy their UI. I enjoy everything about the Unisat wallet. But they need to step their game up. They need to come out with something fast, and it needs to be right. And I think that now with the next thing that we're about to talk about, I'm just hoping that they can, do something that would really bring them a momentum back, just like you said.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. They need to do something because they had this really big anticipation for the BRC20 swap, and that kind of just didn't really, hit like it was supposed to. And so I think they lost some momentum with that. And so
Yeah.
now, they were in between like, okay, BRC20 swap and wallet. Those are two projects they were both working on. Now they're done with the wallet. Let's see what happens with this BRC20 kind of situation. And we'll just jump right
Yeah.
into it since we were talking about Unisat. Unisat is participating in a collaborative approach for BRC20 maintenance by choosing not to release a standalone Unisat indexer. I think this is good for the optics, for the perception of, some of these OGs in the space, and even not necessarily OGs, but people that are experienced in general that are like, hey, that know about indexing and stuff, and saying, hey, like, why is Unisat kind of gatekeeping their indexing and like how
Yeah.
to build it and what they're planning to do in the future, or at least they're gatekeeping it from like the Western world, and maybe they're opening it to like Asia and China, but we don't know. Well, they came out and talked about it, right? So CB Spears, our boy, we had him on live last week. He did a great breakdown of this, and I'm going to share it here.
Yeah.
Uh, So CB Spears at CB Spears, if you want to follow him, I recommend it. He's very insightful. So he had a Unisat thread summary and takeaway here. So right here, TLDR, Unisat is the most impactful company marketplace indexer in Ordinals and hasn't been super communicative, at least to the Western audiences, about what they're doing in future plans. We got a lot of information today about BRC20s, indexing, and how Lorenzo and Unisat are thinking about Ordinals Bitcoin in general. So first, let's talk about the indexing. They break down the index, or he breaks down what they said about indexing. It says, after the BRC20 Jubilee indexing controversy, the resolution was that Unisat and Layer 1 Foundation agreed to unfreeze from the 0.9 version of the ORD to 0.14 together and ignore some select features of ORD. This is probably the most significant coordination event since the early days of BRC20 standardization in March through April, as it demonstrates Unisat's desire to engage other ecosystem participants in the mutual interest of the standard. So, a lot of people were like, this is good. They're trying to work with other entities and not just try to gatekeep and centralize everything. Then Unisat came out and they said the BRC20 indexer, the reference implementation, a collaboration model for the BRC20 maintainers. Instead of releasing a standalone Unisat indexer, the reference indexer implementation is now built based on Best in Slots modified version of ORD. Reference implementation of the modular design, modular architecture, including BRC20 swap as a starting module, has been developed for the reference implementation to be announced in the near future. So I feel like this is the right move, because what basically they're stating here is that, hey, look, we are not going to just go with an indexer and tell everybody, hey, you got to use our indexer because we're coming out with a modular system and we have the swap and everything. What we're going to do is we're going to go off of Best in Slots modified version of the ORD. So it's very close to what the ORD has. It's just a couple, differences, right? So then that can be more usable, like from a universal standpoint, and consensus can happen much easier. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm not going to read through all of this, but basically that's what they're talking about. I'll read this next paragraph because I think it's important. It says the question was then, how does indexing get implemented and state cross-referenced, right? So you want consensus. The OP indexer initiative put out clear rule set and open source indexer. Particular shout out to OXB Binary and Best in Slot to driving this. But does Unisat just in-house their own and try to compare with OP indexer or the Layer 1 Foundation with Alex Labs Oracle? And so he's basically goes in to say that, his opinion is, basically everybody wants to decentralize indexing, but you have to recreate consensus and get everybody to agree on the same thing. And it's hard to do that if you're just starting off like decentralized, and then you have to get everybody to agree to look to that same source of truth, right? So I don't know. I feel like this is a good thing. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's a great thing. I kind of want them to lay off that anyway and really focus on the marketplace. I think the marketplace is their golden ticket, and I think the indexer is cool, but we have a lot of builders now. Let someone else build it. There's no need for them to build it. I feel like I'd rather see their devs, who are obviously really good, because Unisat was, the first marketplace, came the fastest, never really had any issues. It did have some DDoS attacks, but everything was always handled really, really well. Not down for very long. I think their strong point, and I think they should definitely keep building this marketplace, this wallet. Maybe add different protocols, with upcoming runes, and maybe add like tap and pipe and add everything, because that's how they make the money. They make the money on fees. So I think that Unisat, this is a good move by them to kind of take a step back. I think it's going to make a lot of other people happy as well. I know it's going to make Benny happy, because he was, a big, he didn't really like the fact that Unisat was gatekeeping, and now it's no longer an issue.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna make Domo happy too, because like Domo is all about like Best in Slot and Layer 1 Foundation and stuff like that. So like I think what happened was that Unisat kind of realized that, like, hey, like everybody else was like hey, let's kind of let Best in Slot take the lead since they built this like really kind of very similar to the ORD type of indexing. And, everybody seems to have consensus towards that. But like they wanted everybody to have consensus towards them. And I think whenever like Unisat's such a strong entity, but like if you don't have the other big players like saying, okay, we just want to look to you, but everybody else is, because everybody else has also contributed to that Best in Slot thing. Domo did. I don't know if Benny has, but I'm sure that like he tries to get in talks at least though and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so like this could be this is probably like the best thing for them, because like they just need to get their swap going and they need to get their wallet going. Those are the big products, right? So yeah, I'm on the same page as you, man. I think this is good. But let's see what happens, right? Because I think, in the next, like I told you, February is going to be such a big month for innovation. And heading into the spring, if you look at every spring in like crypto bull cycles, spring is like when it starts. You know what I'm saying? It's like when it starts, and I feel like that's what's happening right now. And so everybody just needs to get on the same page, and let's ride this rocket all the way up to the moon.
Do it, man. To the moon. Valhalla. But yeah.
Valhalla.
Where do you want to jump to next?
Let me see here. Okay, let's talk about bitmap.community. Love these guys. So bitmap.community had their parcel mint, live parcel mint on Magic Eden yesterday. And it's very interesting, right? Because we didn't really know what how the secondary market was going to be, but it seems like they're kind of close to what the mint price was, the highest mint price, which was 0.03, wasn't it? Phase one, I think.
Yeah, I mean the highest sale I think is a 0.11, and that was like a week ago. And
yeah, it was
so I feel bad
0.1
for whoever bought those. It was two of them. But right now they're dropping. They're 0.03, and I think that I'm very bullish on the project because the holders of these parcels will get potential earnings of this, I guess you would say, aggregator, right? Because that's what it seems to be, like a bitmap aggregator. It goes to all these different sites and grabs the data from all of them and brings it all to one place. So you're getting the cheapest bitmap, but you have to pay a little fee while doing so.
Yeah, for sure. And you can see here, the floor price is at 0.030088. But it just went on secondary, I think like today, maybe, or after yesterday, late yesterday.
Yeah.
But yeah, those two sales were very early. And I don't know if the lower number matters, but obviously, like if you go down here, you can see the listings. The ones that are lower are definitely priced higher. You can see here at like 63 is priced at 0.07, and then you have like really low numbers right here, like 19 priced at like 169.169. So I think it's kind of like everything else. Like 6 is priced at 20 Bitcoin, 1 is priced at 25 Bitcoin. And so if you have a low number, I think you're sitting pretty nice here.
Yeah.
But we'll see,
Again, this is a project with builders behind it, right? This is what I'm talking about. I'm tired of getting in things without a team behind them. And again, this is something that has a really good team and it has technically profit sharing. I don't know where that fits in as a security, but I don't think it really matters to these guys right now. So it is it's definitely something that I'm looking into. So
yeah, and there was a post, I think it was by Kenzie.eth, and it was basically talking about the benefits of owning one of these, right? And so, but yeah, I'll probably find that later. But like, okay, so this is the aggregator marketplace that they have, right? So they basically try to find the best prices of bitmaps. Obviously, Magic Eden is here, but I thought that they also included Ordinal's wallet
I thought
and
they did too.
Unisat. So, because I could have sworn I just saw that somewhere. Let's see. Yeah, see, like here's Ordinal's wallet. So okay, so like you can buy them from different marketplaces, and so they try to find you the lowest price. And so their marketplace, obviously, they earn a fee, and I think that's where it gets redistributed out, right? So I don't know for 100% if that is actually like how it's going to work, but that is what I read. and gets me kind of excited because like if you can have like a business model. I actually reposted about it. If you can have like a business model and own an ordinal, here it is right here. It says in a recent space, they hinted at future plans for the site, which includes an actual marketplace with profit sharing facility for its 500 members. Well, there's 500 parcels. So, there we go. So I don't know if it's a hint or if it's an actual fact, but we got to find out. So I'll reach out to those guys and then hopefully get that information on the weekend update. But so this is the first kind of Genesis like parcel kind of mint out. What did you think about like parcels being able to be minted out? And like I feel like me and you were both kind of in the same boat during the summer about it. We're like, this is too early. It just doesn't like there needs to be, but now it seems like maybe the time is starting to be right for this. What do you think?
This is absolutely genius. This is the perfect way to use these as a token. You know what I mean? They're basically using them as a fungible
OG
token.
pass or
Like,
OG
yeah,
pass
an
kind
OG
of, yeah.
same thing. It's on the lines of that type of stuff. But it also has that one of one feel. You know what I mean? Like, or no, I'm sorry, the not one of one feel, like the fungible, or that was a non-fungible feel. It's where
Yeah.
it's just like it's just token. It's pretty cool. I'm a big fan of what they're doing. I'm a real big fan of the team, and definitely want to have them on for an episode. I think that'd be really good.
Yeah. So do you see other entities, like for example, like we know that the block runner, those are our friends. They're big on Bitmap and they're big on like Nat. Do you see them like doing this with one of their bitmaps? I could see it.
I just feel like their bitmaps are so early because they were so early. They on all the early bitmaps are just one parcel. You know what I mean? But potentially they could have some with a whole bunch
Well,
of
I'm sure
parcels.
that
I
they
don't know.
have like they probably have a bitmap that has like a ton of parcels on there.
Yeah,
But
but
like, go ahead.
with this one or whatever, I'm gonna add your screen again. The reason they chose this one because look at the transaction it has in there. That's why it's like it was somebody trying to spam the network to test it. So it's like the perfect block, you know?
Yeah, for this, it is. It is the perfect block for this, man. It's really, and then there's that huge block at the at the
Yep.
end. That's awesome. So like, yeah,
Well,
I mean,
that's the reward, and all the
yeah,
other ones are the spam.
that's
So
crazy. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm excited about it. I do. I don't think people are gonna buy like parcels from like like let's say if I were just to list mine tomorrow,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, but like if I was an entity that was like, Bitmap something, that like had a Twitter profile about it, like Bitmap on tap or something.
yeah,
Who knows if that's gonna ever come, but maybe it does. But like, like then that I think those would really sell out. Or like, I don't know, like if someone like Foxy had one and they decided to do
yeah,
it or something like that. So it's pretty cool. I love it because like we anticipated this. Eventually we felt like the time wasn't right earlier, but I think the time's right now.
yeah, man. I'll jump on to the next one.
Right.
So this was really cool. Ordiscan.com has now did something really cool, and I can show you guys my balance here. So basically, if you go to ordiscan.com, put in your wallet address, hit runes, you see what you're mining. And so far, I have mined in this wallet 53,970. I think that is awesome that you can do that now, and you can even see the inscription. Maybe not. But yeah, you can see the inscription in there, and then you can kind of see what you're allocated. So it's pretty cool.
Wow. That's that man, Ordy scan, huh? Who
Yeah.
owns that? Do you know?
I don't know. I haven't really.
There's a lot
I
of this
feel like I
getting
should know.
there's a lot of this rune stuff getting integrated in like OG like stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like there's definitely like some collaboration happening amongst like the team or something.
Yeah.
Maybe I do need to get an RSIC and start mining because that makes me like FOMO right now.
Yeah.
Because like the fact that it's integrated to Ordiscan, if it gets integrated into like Ord.io, which I know Leonidas is doing something too, which is like the Runestone fair launch or something
Yeah.
or fair drop. Have you heard of it?
Yeah. Actually, I meant to talk about that, but I totally forgot. But yeah, Leonidas has actually put out his thing where you can kind of go if you go to his Twitter, you can kind of see he has a thing where you can put your wallet address in and you can see if you're getting the airdrop. And it's really easy to get airdrop because I had a wallet that I used maybe like 6 or 7 times as like a backup wallet, and that's getting the airdrop. So if you used pretty much, if you have any amount of inscriptions in that wallet, you're probably getting the airdrop. So
Yeah, well, it's also random too, because like, yeah, it is because like I have like multiple wallets that is getting it, but there's some wallets that should have gotten it, but it's not, because
oh wow,
it was randomized, right? So like this is the actual address. It's runestone.lfg.cash. So yeah, I mean, like you can pick any wallet address. Let's say I'm gonna pick this one. I'll pick my first one right here and just plug it in. And you see there, and you can see like you're gonna get it and it says how many inscriptions you hold, right? So I don't know, that's something pretty cool. There's this runes airdrop and fair drop and all this stuff is making me like, and the people that are leading it is like OG infrastructure people like Leonidas, like Ord.io is an infrastructure product.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's basically an explorer for you to look at any inscription and just see it in like the best way possible.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's behind this, I think Runes is going to be such a huge event in April. But I'm also like nervous because I'm like, what are we supposed to focus on? Runestones, Arsic, you know what I mean? Like the Ordinal Revolution runes that's going to be coming. No, I'm just kidding. But
there is no Ordinal Revolution runes.
No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke. Satire. But
as of now, but yeah, so very bullish on this. I think this is just the beginning. I think whoever Toshi, whoever put this Arsic out, I think they did an amazing job, and I think there was some FUD on it, but there's always FUD on anything that name has to do with. But I'm very bullish on Arsic, very bullish on Leonidas, and very bullish on the other one, Derp. Did you hear about Derp?
Derp. Yeah, I know, man. And I think that's BTC machines or something. I think that's behind that. So I don't know, man. Like it's pretty awesome. That's all I'll say, because like it just gets me really, really hyped for runes. Really, So
I woke up on Tuesday and this ugly thing was in a few of my wallets, and I was like, "What did I do to deserve this?" And it turns out because I have Goosenals, and every wallet that I had a Goosenal in got one of these things. And I have
a Goosenal and I didn't get one, man.
You sure?
So yeah, 100%.
Wow.
In my Xverse wallet. So BTC, you owe me a ugly Chihuahua.
What are they going for money wise? What's that? 002. Was that like $50?
Probably
Something like
I don't
that.
know.
Yeah.
Does it mine anything?
I don't know. I gotta look deeper. But
I don't want to look into the eyes of that thing. I feel like I get
dude.
hypnotized.
Hypnotized minds. But yeah, that is derp.
Derp. All right, I want to showcase something that is coming out, guys, and this is an alpha that we are dropping right now. So let me turn this on real quick, and I'm gonna pop this up and pull this back, and here we go.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want, and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted.
I was hyped, man.
It was. That's sick.
I was hyped on that. Yeah, let me pull that down though.
It was good. I didn't think it was too loud.
No. It was playing in my ears again.
Oh, gotcha.
So I was thrown off. But the cool thing is that like, so first of all, this is that asset is called the Verium gas mines, and it's by the Ordinal side, which is one of our partners for a while. But I'm hype about it because Sam, the founder of Ordinal side, really put a ton of thought into this. And it's a gamified basically BRC 420, right? And I'm gonna Yeah, and runes. It integrates runes too, man. So it actually gets me really, really, really hype. And I'm gonna pull up the image real quick of kind of how it works. Give me 1 second. I just gotta pull it up.
So yeah, he's gonna call it V gas, and I like that better than Verium gas because first time he said it to me, I was like, "We gotta shorten this, man." So I think V gas is the perfect four letter word for this. So I'm definitely excited for this, and it is not a BRC20. So if there was one that pops up, it has nothing to do with the project. It is a BRC 420, and it will be integrated with runes. But Yagobi's gonna break that down for you guys.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the BRC 420, the Verothium mine. You can see, it's powered by Verothium gas, which is V gas, right? So how it works is this mint is going to be occurring in about, I would say, like maybe a week and a half. It's going to be happening on brc420.io. There's a 21,000 supply of these mines, right? So once you get the mine in your wallet, so you're not going to activate it right away. You got to activate it once the announcement is made. And then to activate it, it's just like the RSIC where you have to transfer it to a new wallet and then it starts to activate. What you're going to be able to do though with this mine is on bitmap.game. The plan is to add this to your bitmap on bitmap.game. And because there's only 21,000 and there's 825,000, if you average it out, there's only going to be 1 in 8 bitmaps that will have this if you average it out. And then down here, if you know anything about the ordinal side, there's a sub 50,000 collection inscription, guys. Sub 50,000 collection. So I say sub 100K because I think there's like 56,000 is like the highest inscription number. But there's going to be a mint for this as well. This is going to be at a later date. But if you do happen to mint this, you will be able to multiply the mine in terms of what you earn because you're going to be able to earn. So once you do put it on this mine on your bitmap on bitmap.game, anybody can go to your bitmap and they can earn, basically claim a certain amount of these VGAS runes tokens daily. Like there's going to be a limit, but you can do it each individual wallet address. So what does that do? That attracts people to your bitmap.game bitmap, right? And again, just to kind of finish this little chart off, the token is going to be VGAS, and it will be a runes fungible token. And guys, the reason why we're so bullish about it is because we're in talks with Sam all the time. And what is Sam in right now?
Oh, he's doing the BTC Startup Lab.
Yep, and he's in the second cohort.
Yeah, and
I can't say too much about what he's doing, but let's just say they have a lot of knowledge of what's to come. I'll just leave it at that. So, this is going to be exciting, guys. So, we'll keep you posted on, the exact mint date and time. It's probably going to be a random thing. Our members will for sure get right away. We're going to let them know. But keep your eye on this because this is going to be something big, and this is like perfect timing because like Merlin chain is like right in testnet, and Jeff wants to kind of push that forward. So how do you feel about this, man?
Yeah, I'm very excited for this. It's another, we're just talking about it's another RSIC, another derp. It's another, with
the BRC 420 version.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, so it's a BRC 20 version too. So it's like my favorite things right now are BRC 420s, Merlin, and and runes, right? So it's like perfect. And when he was describing it to us the first time, my head lit up, and I said, "You finally got a good idea," because he's been floating ideas back to us for a while. We're just like, we don't know, Sam. We don't know about that. But this time around, we really think that he came up with something really amazing, and it's gamified. It's absolutely, I think in my mind, is absolutely perfect. And I just want to tell you guys, like, we're not making it. Ordinal Revolution is not making anything off this VGAS thing or anything like that. So I just want you guys to know that this is not a paid show at all, nothing like that. It's just we've been really good friends with Sam for a long time, and we really like what he's building. This is just pure respect for him and his idea.
Yeah, if anything, like if we get any benefit out of this, it'll be for our community. That's the only and Sam is totally down for that, because like he's a community guy. If you ever got to know Sam, he's been in the space for a while. I'll consider him an OG here for sure.
For sure.
And so so we're excited about it. Just stay tuned. But yeah, that's another amazing thing that's about to happen. And it ties perfectly back to what Shizzy's showing you right now. Yeah. And this is the Ordinal side, platform. It's an exposure platform, but these are the inscriptions we're talking about, like the lands, right? And so, you're talking about sub 50K lands that you're going to be able to utilize and have utility now, because they're going to be multipliers, right? Yep. So it's just, like I said, February, March, it's going to be so amazing for innovation.
Yeah, man. Yes, sir.
All right.
I'll jump into this next one. So, Shark Swap. So Shark Swap is a swap from OKX chain. I don't really know nothing much about them. Don't be going to connect your wallet to anything. I'm not really sure. I haven't did my due diligence into what Shark Swap is. The point is, builders are coming from OKX to go to Merlin. I think this is the first of many. I think this is going to be something that happens a lot. You can see a lot of builders leaving other chains. Some small fish in big ponds go into this little pond. And they can be the big fish here, and especially with Merlin Swap, now it has a competitor potentially with Shark Swap. So they I reached out to them. I asked them about themselves, whatever. They didn't want to give me too much information, but they did say they do have maybe potentially a BRC 20 coming. A BRC 420 coming, something like potential Bitmap.game or Mineral, and they're maybe just following that line. So definitely keep an eye out for them. I'm going to look out for that as well. Again, do your due diligence. I don't know really much about Shark Swap, but I just think that's pretty cool that people are coming from OKX. What do you think?
Yeah, I know that like OKX in that whole Asia Chinese community, they're pretty tight knit, right?
Yeah.
And so this gets me excited because it reminds me, and I told you about this too. It reminds me of those early, whenever a chain just launched, right? The first things that you got to solidify for infrastructure when a chain launches is you got to solidify the DEX. Who's going to be the DEX? Who's going to be the swap? And there's always multiple that go for that. Yeah. Eventually there's a winner that kind of comes out from that, right? But what they all do is they all have a token and they all set up staking. And the APY and the APR is juicy as heck, always in that first 2 to 3 months. And then it eventually it gets oversaturated and then it starts to go down. But there's opportunity there, right? But at the same time, not financial advice, because you're going to be dealing with impermanent loss, if their token goes down in value, versus in this case, I guess BTC would be the main gas token over here, right? Because I think Jeff said he wanted to use that. So, which I'm bullish on that, man. That's me too. It's like Arbitrum, right? So it's kind of so there's going to be a lot of opportunities over here. So this is just another one. As you said, we don't know much about them. It's just kind of exciting that there's more builders that are coming on Merlin chain already, and it's not even on mainnet yet.
Yep. Very excited for just building in general. So,
yep. All right, I'm gonna jump here. So Toshi Pad is coming. It's pretty much here. So guys, I know that the IDO season isn't. It's weird. It definitely rubs some people the wrong way, but it's here and it's different than it was in the summer. In the summer, it was you knew it was just huge red flags they would run towards you. Here, you got to really kind of sift through, and it's not easy, because there's so much. Some of the people have been here in the space, but Toshi Pad's been here for a while because they're a project that derived from the council. Yep. We know the council guys. We have a soft spot in our heart for them because, I mean, to be frank, they were the first bigger project that gave us a shot, and so. There was some ups and downs within the council, but a couple of especially the leaders and stuff like Serge has been here throughout the entire time. Serge never left himself, and so I highly respect Serge. And the team seems to be really kind of solidifying things with Toshi Pad, and the Toshi token is coming up, and they have their IDO that's coming up. So it's the TSHX, which is Toshi Pad. It's in 5 days. So definitely check this out in terms of information and research. Research, guys. You got to do the research. You can say IDO this, IDO that, but there's going to be IDOs that are successful, and there's going to be projects that are successful out of the IDOs. There's going to be a lot of them that aren't, and that end up not being here later. But I know the leaders of the council, so I have a bit more confidence. That doesn't mean they're 100% proof, but what I'm saying is at least do the research on it. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Does that take a little bit?
No, I think that was absolutely perfect. I trust these guys over Ape Terminal. That at least I could put a face to this, and you can too. We did a video with Serge way back when, and we'll probably have them back on again, because I know they were here in like February and March, right? So when ordinals were just beginning, and the perspective, definitely helps us, that they were here back then. They're not just here for this liquidity grab. They want to help build the infrastructure. And that's exactly what this is. It's another infrastructure play. Launch pads are needed. I know you guys love the free mint aspect, but that's not how things work. It's only fun for meme coins and stuff like that. If you want a token with a team behind it, then this is what you're going to have to deal with. And to me, I'm okay with that. I like IDOs. The sense of I'm okay with losing money. I'm okay with putting $1,000 in an IDO and expecting it to go to zero, right? But then maybe there's that one chance that it goes to 10x, 20x, 30x, 40x, who knows? But if you have to be okay with the loss to be able to be in an IDO, and that's something that I'm okay with.
Yeah. And if you are only for free and fair launches, dude, that's perfectly fine. That's your that's your your deal. That's your jam or whatever. And I love free and fair launches. I love free and fair launches more than IDOs, but for certain ones, I'll take a chance on them, like Shizzy said. But either way, go ahead.
My problem with free and fair launches, either they get botted to hell, or they're not really free and fair as we thought they were, like the commoners. You know what I mean? So it's just like you could say something is free and fair. A lot of them is just noise, and the other ones are just memes. So to me, it's like,
yeah, I mean, free and fair definitely is painted more of an innocent picture than it actually is.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, a free and fair launch, like Track, man, that's an awesome free and fair launch that ended up awesome.
But that's a once in a lifetime thing. You know what I mean? Like something like Track to be that like unknown at the time.
Ordi,
well, Ordi again, it's a meme. No one's building on it, So
True.
I think that if that stuff happens, you're gonna get free and fair memes all the time. There's gonna be the next free and fair meme it'll explode. They always will. But if you want a team building behind it, like Track was a very lucky get. You had to be really like you could say, you did your due diligence. There was no due diligence to do. There was no videos of Benny back then. We were the first ones to cover Benny. We were the first ones to, yeah, exactly. Like we were. There wasn't anything back then. So you got lucky by when you invested in Track at 4 cents, 5 cents. At 30 cents, it was different. That was all skill. That was seeing our videos, doing your due diligence, watching the block runners video on them. That took time and effort. But getting in at 4 cents and 11 cents, that was a time when I was really lucky. And to me, this is another way to do it with these IDOs. And you know what I mean? Yeah, you're buying it from the team, but now the team has revenue. It has not revenue, but it has a war chest that they can build with. So
yeah. By the way, we called Track at I think like 7 cents, 8 cents, all those early prices.
I got in at 11 cents. That was my price point.
Yeah, man, those are the crazy days, man. Like, goodness, like we were grinding and not making like any like money off of our investments or anything, but like we just knew. And Benny was grinding with us, like like he jumped on our show. That was awesome. It was like we had that was like 2 weeks of amazingness. Like we had DS from Expectar, we had Track, we had somebody else that was big. I can't remember at the time.
Yeah,
but it was like back to back. Yeah, but then like we started doing our Saturday morning spaces, and Benny was there every Saturday, right? Like, so we're gonna look back at that, dude, and be like, remember those times, man? That's gonna be awesome. But anyway, sorry, I just went down freaking memory lane there.
We can talk about that when we're in Valhalla, right? So
yeah, Valhalla. Yeah, definitely do your research on Toshi Pad. I'm bullish on it. I love the aesthetics of the site. I've always loved it. You and I test this out whenever it was in like testnet, remember?
Yep.
And so
you got turned to take it down because it wasn't ready or something.
Yeah. Goodness. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna move on here and talk about bam. What is hot right now is
we might as well do this one first.
Yeah, might as well. We'll start off with this market update, the BRC 420, but it's going crazy. We can talk about it a little bit though. So, like look at this. The blue box is at 0.585. You're talking about it was at 25,000. It's at 24,814 right now. I expect it to continually go up as long as Bitcoin continually crawls up. It's absolutely nuts. And guess what? Some of these other ones that were kind of hovering back and forth, we got Mineral coming in at number 2, $466. Goodness gracious. And imagine once Merlin chain is ready and you are able to stake these minerals, boys and girls and everything,
dogs and cats,
yes, creatures alike. This is nuts. We're this is not even like the tip of the iceberg, if you will. I don't know if this is just a mineral, but looks like an iceberg. But you know what I mean? Like, like I've been in staking environments early when chains start. I don't want to talk anymore about it. I get too giddy. Okay. So then next is this song is about NFTs, which has been going on a tear as well. $848. Like every one that like I click on, like, and this one is going nuts. This is why we had this as a headline today. And the blue one. What can I say? What can I say about the blue ones? I think yesterday it was at 90 something, wasn't it?
I saw it. The high yesterday was like 110, 112. The low of yesterday was about $90.
Okay.
But yeah, so it was hovering in between there. And I was happy with that. And then today it's up 100% from that, dude. Absolutely insanity.
Yeah. And this actual BRC 420 you're supposed to be able to use in the Bitmap wars. And so it's going to be exciting, man. And you can see there's a little blue box in there, a little Valhalla blue box up in there.
And don't forget, everyone you hold, you earn 500 of this token. Remember?
Yeah. Yep. The Bitmap Wars token?
Yep.
Yeah.
You earn their token as well.
Exactly. The Bitzard.
Yeah.
So
I think it's like the third column. There it is. The bottom.
Yep. Oh, 10%.
Yep.
Of the allocation.
Which ends up being 500 per wand. That's
wild.
Yep.
500 per one, man. That's crazy, man. So 210 million. So the supply is similar to OXBT supply.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Yep. Then what was OXBT's high? Do you remember?
$30.
No, 30 cents.
30 cents.
I know it was 30. Oh my goodness. I'm rich. But yeah, so there's going to be I'm sure there's going to be some sort of staking mechanism, but this is a game too, so yeah, it's exciting, man. Then we jump to the key. Go ahead.
Top 4, right? That's the only thing that's really going.
Top 4 is going hard though.
Yeah,
it's going hard. Yeah, and then you jump into the key, which is at $19. That key we still don't know where it goes to. Then you have the Genesis Rock. This is the one that you can actually like earn passive income with. Is $89,000. Then you have Bitmap Town. This one it's been hovering back and forth. $83. Not too crazy. Then you have Meta Box sitting at $360. IQ 50 Club $2,672. So White Paper at $79.32, and Bitmap Kingdom the silver box at $487.81. You got Chip Game at $28. I don't think Chip is going to make it, but we'll see. Bitoshi's Gold Club, which is the red box, is at 1866. Then you have Bitmap Kingdom coming in at 555. 68 is the black box. Citizen Zero, which is Bitoshi, is exactly what he looks like, is $1,484. And then the Titanium Cheeto, which has been hurting, it's at $28.76. I have a feeling that this thing is gonna like eventually take off for some reason. I don't know why. I'm probably wrong. The biome at $1,268, and I think that's it in the top. And then we'll go to our tokens that we always shill. This is our shill of the show. I'm probably on page 28. Let's see. Page 5. Am I here alive? Let's see. Page 6. Oh, page 6. Yeah, 50 holders. 209. Let's go. The floor is $40, but you can just mint me for $389. That's the secret. So don't pay for secondary if you can mint. And then we got Mr. Resident Shizzy, 28 holders and 33. Nice. Yep. Moving up there, and there's been a lot of deployment since BRC 420 has just been a pretty big hit. This guy right here is cool looking, man. This is one of those look at them. This is one of those avatars from inscribe.space. So pretty cool. That's the BRC 420 market update.
And I'll take you guys over to the digital artifacts of Ordinals, and let me give us a quick refresh to make sure I got you guys the freshest prices. So we have the R6 sitting at number 1 spot. I'm always on the 7-day, sitting at 129 Bitcoin in volume, sitting at 0.059. This got up to about 0.066 today. No Monkey sitting at 0.167 with 69 Bitcoin in volume. The Puppets, I bought the high on this. I bought this at 0.058. So don't be like me and buy a high sitting here at 0.045 right now. 55 Bitcoin in volume. And we got the Bitmap. The floor on Bitmap does not move. This thing's been sitting at 0.004546 for the last, week and a half. Absolutely amazing. That is a good sign for Bitmap. Very good sign. And the Frogs, man, moving past the No Monkeys to take that number 1 spot in market cap back again, sitting at 0.189 Bitcoin and then 14 Bitcoin in volume. Yeah, it's higher in price, but the volume just does not show with the Monkeys with 69 and the Frogs with 14. Ordinal Maxi Biz sitting in that 6th spot, sitting at 0.49, almost a half of Bitcoin, and 13.58 Bitcoin in volume. And then we got the commoners. Really got hit hard on this. Very, definitely hearing some disturbing stuff, rumors coming down, but I'm hoping they're not true. But the commoners sitting at 0.0067 with 12 Bitcoin in volume. And then Pizza Ninjas sitting at 0.047. Dude, I don't know, man.
That's low.
I might have to hit this, man. Sitting at 0.047, man. Oh, that's such a good price. And then BTC Name sitting at 0.0009 Bitcoin. Ordinal Punk sitting at 5 Bitcoin, bro. Holy crap. And we got the Hashling sitting at 0.019. And then Derp in that 12th spot sitting at 0.0027. And that is your digital artifact update for this week.
All right, let's jump over to Unisat here. We got in the 24-hour volume, number 1 Track sitting here at $5.01. Man, Track probably has the most volume, maybe behind Ordi, but like goodness, the volume, they're always up in the top 3. Stats is back in the top 3. Thank goodness, because they were out for a while. They're up 5% on the 24-hour volume, sitting at 6 zeros and a 5.2. So they're bouncing back pretty good. Ghosty comes in at number 3, up 17.39% on 24-hour volume. The price is 54 cents. Ghosty is also one, by the way, that was a free and fair launch that has a team too. But you're right. Yep. There isn't many, but the ones in BRC 20 land, they have some, which I love about this space. But we'll see what happens in the future. That'll probably change. Number 4, AINN up 17.92% in volume, sitting at $1.08. Ordi comes in at number 5, up 2.14% in 24-hour volume, sitting at $61.14. Rats is down 95% in volume, sitting at 0.7 sats. Looks like about 3 zeros and a 3. .com, which .com helped facilitate the ORNJ launch, the orange launch today. They're down in volume at 29.69%, sitting at $1.40. Wow, I think they got all the way up to like $6-7. Man, it was pretty crazy when they went on that run. ORNJ is number 8, up 133.81 in volume. And let's see what their floor price is at, 19 cents. But then, gets past that, jumps to 33. So, LIGO comes in at number 9 at up 6% and 6.67% in volume, and sitting at 4 zeros and a 1.3. You have Evolve back in the top 10, up 20% in 24-hour volume, sitting at 6 cents. Is the project by our good friend Chris and I'm So Chris with Bitmap Valley. And then you have HSuck at 0% in total volume, just no movement there. BMP is down 4% in volume for the day, sitting at below a penny here, 2 zeros and a 9.3. Bitmap, we've been waiting on you, man. And then you have ORDG up 14.29%, sitting at 66 cents, and you have SLOR down 10.21% in volume, sitting at 40 cents. You have Shint, SHNT, Satoshi Hunters. You got Francis and his crew running this project at 8.68% total volume increase, and it's sitting at 14 cents there. It's been pretty consistent, 14, 15, 16 cents, right? So I like that, because I feel like once the market shifts up, that Shint could, have a good movement up. You got eOrb sitting at down 8% for the 24-hour volume. This was, I believe, launched from what I heard rumors, by Mr. Jack Levin. But it's a meme about Eric Wall's orb. So it looks like it's at 23 cents. And then we go down to Play, up 36.36% on 24-hour volume, 4 zeros and a 1.9. You got Wizard at 4 cents. You got the Council down 6% on volume, but the price is $241.10. I love that they were able to kind of, bring that price floor up, because we had some, close friends and members of our community, that were in this project early. So hats off to the Council guys to be able to bring this back for their community members. So shout out, guys. 100%. Shout out Serge and everybody else at the top. OXBT at number 20, up 20.45% on 24-hour volume, sitting at 2 cents. You got Leak up 20.69% in 24-hour volume, sitting at a lot of zeros and a 1. And then BXDX up 17.93% in 24-hour volume and sitting at 85 cents. And then you got Pups to finish it out, down 19.35% on 24-hour volume, sitting at 11 cents. And that is your BRC20 market update.
Well, as you were reading that, I saw some breaking news. So Quantum Cats got delayed again.
What?
It's delayed. We're making a tough decision to delay them again. The Quantum Cats will not happen tomorrow. The new timeline is at the bottom of the post. The bottom of the post. It is going to be February 5th now. Same time as supposedly tomorrow. February 5th looks like, what's that, Monday? Wednesday, right? Next Wednesday?
Goodness.
But yeah, so breaking news while we were on recording here. But looks like, from the beginning of our show till now, something changed, something happened, and it basically said it's just because of possible they want to give you the best experience and everything like that. So I don't know, we'll see. But we got another delay with the Quantum Cats. So, but yeah. But I'll take you guys over to the Atomicals marketplace and give you guys a quick overview of the tokens with no team behind them at all meme coins. No, I'm just kidding, Atomical guys, don't kill me. But seriously, we if you guys know any projects who are building on Atomicals, please have them reach out to us, because I don't know any team that is building on this, and I'm very bullish on Atomicals. But guys, build something. Something needs to be built over here. All these tokens are just meme coins at this point. But we got Quark sitting at 10 sats, Sofon sitting at 1.11 sats, Atom The first ever token. This one actually to me has a lot of value, sitting at 22,000 sats. Infinity sitting at 2.14 sats. Atomi sitting at 27.99 sats, and AVM sitting at 318 sats. Dragon sitting at 1.06 sats. And Realm sitting at 555 sats. We'll jump over to the collections. I'm very bullish on the collections. Toothy is the number one collection over here, sitting at $711. Toothies are very, very underrated in my opinion. Then we have the Atom Dragons in that second spot, sitting at $176. And then the Atom Punks sitting at $41. And that is your Atomicals Marketplace thing there.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to bring you guys to the top fungible token market caps over here. So you have number one DMT NAT at 58 million and up 6% on the day. You have negative tap at 19.3 million, down 6% on the day. You have the Dark City at 11.9 million market cap, down 24%. Took a decent hit there. You have Gib coming in at number 4, 8.5 million, up 44%. Big jump up for Gib. Base comes in at number 5 at 1.4 million, down 9%, so a little pullback. Miner at 845,000, a little pullback at 2% down. Ordify at 840,000, no movement there. RPG 630,000 market cap, no movement. You got Benny token at 588,000, up 2%. Then you got Bitmap at 420,000. Bitmap on tap, down 33%, kind of a big hit there. You got Biddle at 420,000 market cap, no movement. You got Troll at 210,000, down 50%. That's the biggest hit of the whole group today. And then Santee at 210, no movement.
Send it to zero.
And then Ago at 108,000, 108.7 thousand, down 3%. All right, let's go ahead and move over to the to Pipe. Pipe doesn't have a whole bunch of movement lately. Pipe itself is at 44.9 million, down 3%. Lane at 1.61 million, down 11%. You got Runes 840k, no movement. Etch at 630k, no movement. UTXO at 210k, no movement. X-Pipe at 210k, no movement. And you got Troll at 22.29 thousand, down 3%. And then you got the CBRC stuff. You got Moto at 29 million, up 15%. Little bump up there. Board 15 million, down 9%. And you got CBRC at 6.1 million, down 3%. CYBR 356,000, down 18%. Pretty big pullback. CLTR at 303,000, down 3%. You got Node at 290,000, up 25%. Decent kick up. You got C-Punk at 289.7 thousand, down 2%. Data at 214,000, down 10%. You got SYMM 214,000, down 7%. Junk 191,000, down 3%. And you got HODL at 71.3 thousand, down 3%. And that is all the fungible tokens for the day.
Yeah, guys. Great episode. I'm definitely got hit in the stomach by the Quantum Cat thing. What's your opinion on that?
It is what it is. We can't control. We only control what we can control, man. So we got to wait for next Wednesday.
I was looking forward to tomorrow, man. I feel I'm devastated right now. It's like
yeah. Well,
because it's tough because I don't know if I'm going to get one or not because of the public mint. If I had a whitelist, because I regret not freaking trying for it now. But if I had a whitelist, I'd feel differently because I was guaranteed one. But I just want to know if I'm going to be able to get one or not on public. So it's just one of those things, man. But that's the show for you guys today. We really appreciate you guys. Check us out tomorrow night. We'll be live at 9 p.m. for you guys, and we'll definitely have some more Alpha Spotlights videos coming out this weekend. We have our spaces definitely Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Ordinal Revolution presents Kimmy and Friends. We have it every single week. Kimmy does a great job putting those together for us. We really appreciate Kimmy. So definitely look out for the Saturday. And then we have We have a discussion with the team on Sunday. We think you guys will really appreciate that. We got a lot going on. And cannot watch. You can definitely listen on Apple or on Spotify. Any last words, Mr. Yago?
Just you know, there's gonna be a lot of stuff right now. There already is a lot of stuff that's being thrown at you guys. Just try to do your research and pick and choose, a couple of them and stay focused on that, because there's gonna be so much thrown at you. But yeah, just be focused and be ready, because it's about that time.
About that time. God damn it, Udi. But see you guys.
Peace.
Ordinal Revolution. Let's go.